Hi guys, how you doing? It's Dave Rumbler here from Roos. I have Luke Severeid here. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good, good. Good to have you here in Australia.
It's good to be here.
Yeah. So you're not performing at the festival. You're kind of interviewing as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing sideshows. So it's still under the umbrella of Knotfest.
Yeah.
It would be very difficult to do stand-up comedy in between bands like
It'd be fun. It'd be
fun to watch me flounder, for sure. But yeah, so it's been a bunch of sideshows. I actually did the last one in Sydney last night.
Oh, okay. Was that so with Hey Group or?
No, it was just standalone. It's me.
Oh,
I'm the headliner. I'm the main act.
How was that?
Dude, it sold out shows in Brisbane, Melbourne, and Sydney. So I'm like, Australia is treating me very well.
Yeah.
Man.
Have you been here before?
No, first time.
Not even for a holiday or
No,
anything?
nothing, man. So this is I'm not even here for a holiday. This is work. It's a work vacation.
It is. Yeah.
But so it's my first time in the country, and this is what I'm doing. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, that's really cool. And what kind of from the States? What kind of shows are you doing back home?
I mean, not quite, not following Slipknot around a country. I'm not doing that necessarily yet. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's more just kind of conventional. It's a lot of DIY stuff. I work with some clubs, but also it's a lot of me just going hitting up venues and going, hey, you got this date open, what's your rental fee, or do you guys do door deals, all that, and then I kind of, and also in some capacity too, I did my own marketing here because I have a decent sized online following, and I want to make sure that they were aware, because you can do organic stuff where you're posting a video and you're like, I'm going to be in Brisbane, blah blah blah, but I'm still ran ads and stuff like that, so it's a lot of just the DIY thing. It's
like the rest of us. I'm in bands as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But it's very much, except for it's just I'm the whole band.
Yeah.
And it's just me figuring out for those. Except for when I get to do cool tours like this, where things are normally that are my job are also done by other people. So I get to just relax and do this sort of thing, and also just go, I just need to pay attention to what I say on stage.
Yeah, totally. So massive thing to kind of be a part of Knotfest.
Yeah,
that's
huge.
Yeah, so cool, and I like that I like the way they've done it. I wasn't too certain, that's why I asked the question, but on the way you actually were going to do it, whether I was like, I hope you're kind of coming in between the bands,
Yeah, a lot of people, and I wish I could have a funnier way to explain how hard that is. I should figure out a joke to explain, but it is really it would be cool in theory. I've done shows with bands before, and following music is so hard to do because I'm just a guy talking, and even if I'm yelling, I'm still not as loud as drums, guitar, bass. But it would be cool, and maybe at some point in the future, if I keep doing things like this, there might be an element of that, have me MC or do something. Yeah. But given the setup of how Knotfest is run, it's 2 stages, and there's 60 seconds. So there is no time for it, which is also so fluid and such a cool way to see a festival. It's you don't have to skip out on the end of someone's set because you want to make sure you can get to the other stage and not be stuck in the back. It's just dude, it's beautiful.
Just walk over a little bit.
Yeah.
Just don't spill your beer and you're okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Right. So mixing kind of metal over with comedy, how did that kind of come about? And it's just two passions.
Yeah, it was really. I wish I remembered the steps, but it was really just me. I write on stage a lot, and I've been doing comedy. This month it'll be 13 years, and it was about 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, somewhere. I don't know specifically, but I know in that time frame that I started just cobbling together some jokes about metal music that were working in front of metal audiences, which is the vast majority of audiences that I'm performing from. I would bring up heavy metal music in some capacity, and it would be 2 dudes in the back that would just respond, or one or so. It was a very small fraction.
So I see the beige shirts and then 2 black ones.
Yeah, or one person in a button up who's hey. And so it is the start was sort of that, the fact that it's such a small percentage of the average populace, and that I'm a part of, and then figuring out how to convey the subject in a way that makes people that aren't into it understand the passion for it. Because that's the connective tissue. And I think stand-up comedy is like, it's verbal algebra. Like you need to give people enough to solve the equation as to like why they should be laughing at the thing. So it was basically just by happenstance that kind of fell together. I found some jokes that I liked, and a lot of, I think stylistically, I am, as a comedian, metal, even if I'm not talking about it, because I want to be yelling, I want that intensity there.
Yeah.
And, but I was able to record those things on a camera, upload that, make it look and sound good, uploaded it, and then the internet, like, metalheads just shared like crazy, and I was like, oh, shit.
Good.
Yeah. Well, it's like the thing that I was like, I wouldn't say kind of avoiding a little bit, because you pursue the thing that gives you the positive reinforcement, and I would try to talk about it on stage and not get enough to justify keep it in the act, because my job is ultimately make as much of the audience laugh as possible.
Of course, yeah.
But being able to
not just the two guys.
Yeah. But then being able to make the jokes that makes everyone laugh, but especially the two guys in the back, and then share that online, and then those two guys share it with 200 guys and gals. That's not just dudes. Thankful. I don't want.
Well, it's good. 2025. It's we were actually talking about that. The crowds now they're so inclusive.
Yeah.
Which is so good.
Yeah, and it's also, there's so many like just murderous female front.
Yeah.
That was a dumb way to say that. There's so many vocalists that are women in metal bands, and it's like it really, it's great. It's great. You want to see as many different kinds of people enjoying the thing as you. I don't like it when I go into a room and everyone looks like me. I'm like, ooh, what are we planning together?
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
So what is, going back to kind of the bit DIY touring, so I guess that sparked my interest as well, is, so how do you kind of, so you would still tour?
Yeah.
How do you kind of tour? You don't have to get a bus, you don't have to get a van.
Yeah. It's just a car.
How good's that?
It's great, but it's a lot of 10 and 2 by myself. Just it's a lot of driving. Which is fine, but also like.
Do you take a crew at all?
No, not really. I've done a couple of stints here and there, but usually, because at the level I'm at right now, it's not like I don't have a lot of spare
funds.
Yeah, spare fun. It's I'm still in the, not to brag, but I'm still a struggling artist. But it is really like, if I have an opener, more likely than not, it's someone who's based in that location.
Of course.
And I recently relocated to the East Coast in America, so it's like it's all new markets, it's all places that I don't necessarily have the connection. So it's like I'm kind of in that phase. Like, how it is too. Like you gotta meet people and figure that out, and then down the road it becomes easier.
That's right. Yeah. You got a mate that you met, or your mate in your town. It's like, I can get you that one and that one. Yeah. Over there, you got to make those. Yeah,
and it was a interesting adjustment going from the West Coast, where I kind of had some things figured out, and I transfer over here. Or over to the East Coast, and she's like, all right, we're starting from.
From scratch.
The momentum is not here, but also like you just got to hit a market a couple times and find the thing. And I'm moving tickets pretty all right. It's just you gotta. It's a buyer's market, and you gotta move a bunch of tickets to then hit up a better venue for them to trust you to move more to. And it's like, all right, just whatever. But having Knotfest as like I don't know if venues will necessarily, music venues, they'll see that as something, but like metalhead comedy fans, like they'll be like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, I want to look at the other side of the world. Yeah, you can probably trust me to make you have an okay time tonight.
Yeah, that's right. So come to Australia though, what have you obviously haven't seen too much, but you would have seen a little bit. What have you kind of enjoyed, and what do you find different?
I kind of enjoyed all of it, man. All the cars on the other side of the road is really messing with my muscle memory. Like when I'm going across the street, I've never thought about how I look both ways wrong. Or like in a specific way, but I do that each time, and I was like, no, that's how we do it. Right. I don't.
Yeah, that's how we die.
Yeah. Hopefully not this time. That'd be such a bummer. You're like, oh, the guy who's used to driving on the other side of the road got murdered because he looked the wrong way. You know how kindergartners learn to do this? Well, this 38-year-old man did not. But that's been fun. Let's see what else. I haven't been able to go to a beach yet. I went and saw a show outside the Sydney Opera House. That was so cool. Okay. It's a beautiful country, and everyone's so chipper. Everyone's pretty, even when someone's been mad. Like I was being a dummy while they were like switching out like in between bands, and I was like slightly in the way because I was just being. I had an edible. Don't worry, don't tell anyone.
Yeah. It's not on camera. Don't worry about it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's off. Yeah.
Weird. Why is it so big? I mean,
that's what they all say.
Do they?
They don't.
Thank you for the honesty. What was it? But even when I was slightly in the way, one of the crew was doing stuff. He's like, "Get the fuck out of the way, mate!" And I was like, "That's a nice way to." Yeah, you're right.
That's what
Like it's just. He's like, "Can you fuck off?" And I was like, "I could, and I should."
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Thanks for fucking off.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Everyone's been great, and I like the cities. It's just fun to be. Because I've mostly been in the state, mostly been in North America, so it's very pleasant to go to other parts of Western society and just kind of be like, oh, it's like a similar layout, but like a slight shift. And I'm excited to come back and have like more spare time to actually like be a person here, because it's been very like, all right, here's the show, all right, here's Knotfest, all right, here's the thing, and then you need like downtime because this is pretty draining doing all of this.
Yeah, totally. And I listened to your release, your album, I guess. You call it an album?
Yeah, not now. The fact that that was a 2019 release that was not. It was a good show, and a buddy of mine was like, we just put this out as an album. I'm like, sure. And then, like, in hindsight, I listened to it, and I was like, ooh, these jokes are not done. And then they had it tied to, like, the ticket sales. I was like, hopefully that doesn't mess up too many things. But also, if you listen to that and go, oh, that's good. If you come see me, I'm like, it is so much better.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's like bands as well.
Yep.
You know, like you put out your first EP and then your first album, and unless you're there's bands that have put out albums that are amazing masterpieces as their first, but that's not the jet. You know.
No.
The
and also they were
bit,
sitting on that for a minute too.
Yeah.
They were polishing it. Like that thing. That was not as polished as I would like it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I also frame it in that way, in the same way that like when I post like clips online, a lot of times an early version of the bit is like it does this, it spikes and then it just goes and I'm like, if I hit that first spike, I get a good crowd, good performance on my part. I'll share that, and then I'll be like, in 6 months it'll be a different bit and I can share that again and then get all the engagement that way. So it is like, I also think that's just kind of the nature of like the beast that is the entertainment industry at this moment, where it's all sacrifices on the altar of the almighty album.
Yeah.
Which has led me to be here. We gotta do it. DIY, baby.
Yeah. So sticking with that though, what have we got release wise? Are you gonna do another like album like that, or do you do film content, or?
It'll probably be something filmed.
Yeah.
And I got some stuff kind of in the works. I'm hoping to record something in the next 6 months, and I don't know what the turnaround, because that'll be the first time doing that. Potentially with Knotfest. Who knows? And yeah, because also I feel like just audio albums are kind of a thing of the past. Most people don't just like it'd be
some as DVDs, aren't they? Because I was gonna say that, but it's like, well, do people buy that?
Nah. It's everything's like through your phone. But yeah, that's the plan. And I mean, I was kind of running my hour this run in Australia, and it's starting to. I've been very chaotic. I just got a big bucket of bits that I pull from. I go, oh, that'll fit in an hour.
Yeah.
But this, like, I feel the shape of it forming, where it's like, oh, this could actually just be this is the piece. Like, because I like something that feels like a completed thing that like makes sense and like circles back and it's enclosed, as opposed to just here's chaos and then we're done.
Yeah, cool. Well, we look forward to seeing what you put out. I'm really enjoying what you do and following along. So we thank you heaps for your time, and hope you'll be going back home soon. This is the last
Monday.
one.
Yeah, this is the last one. Then I get to just chill Sunday, and then Monday I fly for 5,000 hours to get home.
Yeah, it's just around the corner.
Yeah, just around the corner. Just around the sphere.
Yeah. Well, we do the same. Well, I'm in band, so we just did Europe, and the same thing. It's like so much playing time.
I love to sit and breathe other people's farts in.
Yeah.
So it's kind of my thing.
That's why I do it, actually. Yeah. It's not for playing.
I've been farting this whole time. All right. But what a good note to end on.
That's right, yeah. What? It was in A sharp, I think.
Yeah.
Just pick the note for him. All right. Thanks heaps, guys, for watching, and thanks heaps for giving us some time.
Yeah.
Cheers.